right, well, students, welcome back to day one, the 21st of August. We're returning to face-to-face. If you can't tell behind the mask, I'm Dr. Cantrell, your principal, wearing the mask and the face shield. You'll see these quite a bit by staff members as you come into school and throughout the school day. You'll notice we have some of our teachers and staff that are standing in different locations. We're right outside of the cafeteria doors. And so you see the X's beside each one of them. Those would be where students would stand 6 feet apart. The X's are marked 6 feet apart for social distancing. Of course, you have to have your face covering or your mask and 6 feet apart. Sixth graders will be entering through these doors only sixth graders. This is the only place sixth graders would enter. We'll have folks here that will be watching you enter. Also, we may be doing temperature checks such as this, where we get close and it gives us a reading. And as long as you're in a safe temperature, fine, we say go ahead. We don't tell you what the temperature is unless there's a problem. Then we would pull you to the side and talk to you about it. But that's just part of it. Not all students will have temperature checks every day. We'll be randomly selecting different students each day. That'll be happening in the morning and throughout the day, maybe at lunch, maybe at dismissal. Different times of day, we'll be doing random temperature checks. Okay, so that's sixth grade morning arrival. So 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will be arriving. We're at our bus loop and our bus entrance here. You see we have staff members playing the role of students standing at the X's 6 feet apart. It's how you would line up at the bus loop, 2 lines. And then we will have staff members allowing you like line A, 1 person, line B, 1 person, line A, the next person, line B, the next person. We may also do temperature checks, random temperature checks, just like I talked about earlier. And then you will go in, 6th graders will go into the cafeteria as they enter. There'll be folks in there directing you. 7th and 8th grade would go down the hallway to the gym, and 7th and 8th grade, that's where you will go in the morning, is to the gymnasium. Here we are at the black gates by the gymnasium, and this is where 7th and 8th grade students only, 7th and 8th grade would line up to come into the school in the morning. You'll notice we have the blue X's marked 6 feet apart. That's how students would line up. We have our teachers and staff members that are playing the role of students. You'll have someone here at the gates, which will be letting you in. We may also be doing temperature screening like this, randomly. Again, we will not be telling you the temperature. We'll only note it if there's an issue, and then we would talk to that student separately. But this is how you would come in. Then we would have students come in like go this student here, A student, then B student. And you will continue walking 6 feet apart, 2, and then the next students, so they're coming to the gymnasium. So you're headed to the gymnasium. There will be somebody else posted here, letting you in 6 feet apart. Only go through the gates to the gymnasium. You're not going into the school building. So we would have 1 student, then the next student 6 feet apart, and so on. Very good. They would keep their spacing here. 7th and 8th graders, you're in the gym. Now, you'll notice we're on the far side as you enter the door. This is where 8th graders would sit. You'll notice the purple dots. So we have our teachers and staff, students here. Purple dots, 6 feet apart. You sit at the purple dots. You can be spaced out all the way across, depending on how many students we have. Only 8th grade on this side. We can kind of pan the camera over here. You'll notice on this side we also have purple dots, and that will be just 7th graders. 7th graders as they come in the gym on this side, 8th graders on this side. One last thing I'll mention, once you come in to be seated, We'll give you an opportunity. There will be a breakfast cart. If you're getting breakfast, you'll be able to do that right outside the gym doors. And then you'll bring your breakfast in here and eat. You'll not go to the cafeteria. Students, now we're going to talk about when you're exiting from your arrival areas. This is the 7th grade side. If it was time to go to first period, we would dismiss 7th graders first, and they will go through these doors where the locker rooms are. So let's have 7th grade, if you would stagger yourselves to go 6 feet apart through these doors where the locker rooms are. Then 8th grade would follow next from this side after all of 7th grade is finished. They will also go through the doors where the locker rooms are.
Students, as you enter our building here at Timber Springs Middle School, you will notice that the floors and the walls are all marked. Those are the directions that you will travel each and every day, each and every class period. Please remember that when you see markings such as this, you are to go straight. If it is turned to the right, then this is where you go. This particular marking is that of the cafeteria. Shall we take a look inside to see some other markings so that you are familiar? As you can see, these particular markings indicate where you are to stand as you are waiting for your lunch here in our cafeteria.